Well, hopefully there's not another shatter, because we're playing into it hard. We're gonna cleave and go from there. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are playing Boros Knights. Now this is a top ranked Mythic deck, I think number 38 or 37 in the July season. So this month, one of the best decks in traditional standard, which means we're playing best of 3 to play, utilizing a sideboard in between our matches. As always, we're going to take a look at the deck list in its entirety, breaking down each individual card. What do they all do? Then we're looking at the deck's strategies and synergies. How do all of those cards work together to form a coherent archetype? And then we'll be breaking down our gameplay footage for the day, where we talk about all of the play lines and interactions between our deck and the rest of the meta. We close up with my final thoughts on the deck. Does it have any upgrades? Maybe some alternative paths if you may not have all of the rares for this deck. Links to budget versions, stuff like that, right? So don't forget to watch to the end, and if you find any value within this video, just give me a thumbs up and share it off to a friend. The deck list of Boros Knights starts out with 4 copies of Venerable Knight. This is a 2/1 human knight. When Venerable Knight dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target knight you control. 4 copies of Fervent Champion, another knight, 1/1 first strike haste. Whenever Fervent Champion attacks another target attacking knight you control, gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Equip abilities to activate that target Fervent Champion also cost 3 less to cast. 4 copies of Weaselback Redcap, a 1/1, and we can dump 2 mana into it. 1 colorless, 1 red. Weaselback Redcap gets +2/+0 until end of turn. On to our 2 drops, 4 copies of Inspiring Veteran, a 2/2 Lord. Other knights you control get +1/+1. And then 4 copies of Worthy Knight, a token generation creature, a 2/2 knight. Whenever you cast a knight spell, create a 1/1 human creature token. On to our 3 drops, 4 copies of Acclaimed Contender. This is a 3/3 knight. When it enters the battlefield, if you control another knight, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a knight or equipment or legendary artifact from among them, put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So that's basically anything except for instances, sorceries, and creatures other than knights, right? So that's pretty cool. 3 copies of Bonecrusher Giant. It has Stomp tag to it, which is a instant adventure. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. The Giant is a 4/3, and when he becomes a target of a spell or ability that your not an ability, just a spell that your opponent controls, Bonecrusher Giant is going to deal 2 damage to that spell's controller. 2 copies of Chance for Glory. This is an instant. Creatures you control gain indestructible. Take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. We don't have Discognuity in the deck, so we really need to make sure we're finishing our matches with the Chance for Glory. 2 copies of Tajic Legion's Edge. This is a 3/2 non-knight creature, one of our only creatures in the deck other than Bonecrusher Giant that isn't a knight. It has haste and mentor, prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control, and then we can pay 2 Tajic Legion's Edge, gains first strike until end of turn. On to our 5 drops, we've got 4 copies of Venerated Loxodon, an Elephant Cleric, so another non-knight creature here, 4/4 with Convoke. When Venerated Loxodon enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature that convoked it. Convoke means we can tap creatures for a source of mana, which is very interesting. And then when we do that, that creature receives a +1/+1 counter on it. We have 3 copies of Embercleave, legendary artifact equipment with flash, costing 6. However, this spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature you control, so we can reduce that cost quite substantially. And then whenever Embercleave enters the battlefield, attach it to target attacking creature you control. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has double strike until end of, or sorry, forever. And the equip cost is 3. We've been going for a long time today, you guys. These spells are accompanied by 6 planes, 6 mountains, 4 Sacred Foundries, 2 Temple of Triumphs, and 4 Tournament Grounds. So that's very, very nice. That's the deck list. Breaking down the sideboard, we have 3 Apostles of Purifying Light, a 2/1 Human Cleric, Protection from Black, pay 2, exile card from graveyard. Or Devout Decrees, sorcery, 4/2, exile target creature or planeswalker card that's black or red, scry 1. 2 Ember Shieldbreakers, destroy target artifact for 1, and it's a 2/1 knight. 2 Unbreakable Formations, creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. If you cast the spell during its main phase, those creatures are going to receive a +1/+1 and vigilance as well. An additional Tajic, and 3 Cosmotronic Waves, sorcery for 4. Cosmotronic Wave deals 1 damage to each creature your opponent controls, and then creatures your opponent control cannot block this turn. We will get to the sideboard guide after, but first let's break down the general deck strategies and synergies how does this deck function as a whole to take down your opponents? We do go wide and smash in. We talked about Embercleave costing 1 less to cast for each attacking creature, which means we want to flood the field with attacking creatures and reduce the cost of Embercleave as much as we can. We also want to flood the field with creatures so we can convoke a Venerated Loxodon in, creating 1/1 creatures, 1/1 tokens on our creatures. It's just great, and then getting a very cheap Loxodon in ahead of your opponent is awesome as well. We do have some forms of removal through Bonecrusher Giants. It is very minuscule. Bonecrusher Giant Stomp can be tagged with the first strike of our Fervent Champion to take down a 3 toughness creature. So we're not limited to just 2 toughness here. It is hard to get there. And then our Fervent Champion clicks up through other knights you control, get +1/+1. Maybe a Loxodon has hit it as well. So we could potentially remove creatures that are quite big and quite powerful through the combo of a Bonecrusher Giant and a buffed up Fervent Champion who has first strike. Tajic can also be given first strike to combo with the Bonecrusher Giant, which is nice, but he will miss out from other knights you control, get +1/+1. So he's probably going to remain a 3/2 unless convoked with the Loxodon like we talked about. Weaselback can dump in mana to go big, so Embercleave is a kind of a nice target on him sometimes, potentially, right? Because the +2, +0 for 2 becomes +4 for 2, so that's a very nice mana sink damage-wise. And then again, when the veteran dies, it gets a +1/+1 counter on another target knight you control. We really like to be protecting our inspiring veterans, get the 2/2 to a 3/3 out of stomp range, and get the 3/3 to a 4/4 out of Scorching Dragonfire, and then get it to 5/5 so it's out of the way of a lava coil. So pump these guys up as much as you can to keep them on the field the longest because they hold a lot of value. The same goes with our Worthy Knight. This is a really cool card to buff up and protect to keep it on the field because you can create those 1/1 tokens which help you go quite wide as well, right? Chance for Glory is used only if we can guarantee that we have lethal the following turn, right? Probably through an Embercleave, something like this. That's the deck. I'm pretty sure we talked about all of the synergies within the few minutes here, you guys. So remember to go wide, protect your important creatures, convoke if you can, if not, Embercleave, right? Or convoke and then Embercleave if you feel you can risk it for the biscuit. We do have to avoid Shatter the Skies. That will wreck your game plan. So try to hold the haste creatures in your hand for the longest and play the non-haste creatures first. Because then at least if you do get shattered, you can play a haste creature and keep attacking your opponent. So that's the general deck guide. Let's take a look at the sideboard guide. And now I do recommend when everybody's sideboarding that they analyze the match in their head, analyze the match, and then they say what was good, what was bad. And first off, what was bad? Take out what was bad in the deck, and then your second question is what was good, and we can begin to take things from our sideboard that we know are clearly good or better than the things that we took out. So for this deck, we do have protection from black. So if there's any black removal, maybe Cry of the Carnarium, any black damage sources, Apostle of Purifying Light is very good. Devout Decree, if we need to remove any Rakdos, because Rakdos is very heavy right now. We see flying Regis and Croxes everywhere. So Devout Decree is a very good spell there. Shieldbreaker can take down artifacts as that's its primary function. Unbreakable Formation, we talked about protecting yourself from Shatter the Sky. This is the card to do it with. It'll give you guys indestructible, so your creatures don't die to the Shatter. Tajic, if you need more haste, or if your opponent has blockers or a field of 1/1s, Cosmotronic Wave is going to take care of those for you there, killing them all and then making the other creatures not be able to block you. So that was the deck list, the deck strategy, and the sideboard guide. Let's get into today's gameplay footage and break down all the different interactions and playlines within the Core Set 2021 meta. But before we do, I remind you, I'm live on YouTube every single morning, 6 a.m. Mountain Standard. And at around 7, we do go live on Twitch for 3 to 4 hours. And then we're in the Discord for the remainder of the day. Links for everything is in the description below. Thanks so much for your continued time and support, you guys. You're all incredible. And we'll see you in a few minutes when we wrap up after this gameplay footage. Don't miss out on our alternative build and future plans for the channel. Take care and enjoy. Worthy Knight's pretty cool off the start. Opponent goes first, which is super annoying. Game is very slow right now. Really, no land. We'll take it. And Omen too, they're both on field. If we can dodge the shatter. Arrow's not bad. As long as there's not a fourth land. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's just take confirmed damage this turn. Now the arrow's totally fine. Tajic has haste. I don't think we have really anything to take here. We could drop a chance for Tajic. But chance actually might work really good if he doesn't have a board state. Bonecrusher Giant for Tajic. Right, more haste. We don't really need to remove any of his creatures, so Bonecrusher is kind of slow. But that should be a good sideboard, if any, right? Two Worthy Knights again. Could be interesting. We need that third land, though. Third and fourth, so we could double drop. Ugh, gross. Gross, 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 gross.
This might be a bad idea.
If we get shattered at any point, this is pretty sad. Going first will really help us aggro him out on the last match.
I've got time.
Wow.
I can no longer
So,
stand by and watch.
yeah, we have no haste. It's still a good play. He's looking for that shatter. I would hate to see it. Leave us alone. He's gonna instant speed it. Yeah. Bummer. Let's pivot from our worthy knight to our inspiring veteran. Yikes.
Here goes nothing.
We should have done one of each instead of being greedy and trying to stack it. Yeah, it's one worth putting on top.
suppose that's how it was meant to
I mean, we're ready to Embercleave. We could Contender a 1-drop on the field too, a couple times, and then locks it on everyone, potentially. But there's going to be more shatters here. We do a fairly decent job of dodging his ECDs, if he has it. I want to go wide. I like the Worthy Knight, but... Okay, take some Veteran. Good play. And now Earl. Gross! This guy's throwing up. You can see it in his art. It's exactly what the fan base is going to do after seeing this card for 4 months. Well, hopefully there's not another Shatter, because we're playing into it hard. We're going to cleave and go from there.
We will meet that.
He wouldn't play Uro to the field if he had Shatter. And he attacks. That's interesting. He's just not standing for it. And we're able to squeeze out 2 wins in a row. Oh, woof! Going wide through an Azorius control deck, even after a Shatter. Woo! Alright, the hand doesn't look too hot, right? We're not in control of any red sourced land. This looks a lot better. And I think we toss our Scry land and just go in aggro. That's really good. That'll allow us to double drop our champions next turn. Everybody attacks on turn 2. Ooh, chance for glory. Hit for 6. Oh, Grazer's good defender. Oh, and he's ramping. Jundland. Let's find an Embercleave. Veteran's okay. Kill the Grazer. That's actually not that bad. Grabs a land. So he's got full John land available for 5. That's frightening. 5 Jund lands. Whoa, 4-color Golos in the house. This we did not see coming. He's totally tapped. Let's toss our contender up. Trades with the 1 champion, right? We still hit for 11 damage. He's down to 2. Let's see what he's got planned for us this turn. If he doesn't go wide, we have lethal. Good game in round number 1. Let's sideboard against a Golos 4-color ramp deck. So destroy target artifact, right? That directly deals with Golos. Got Chandra sleeves over top of Purifying Light, right? That's pretty cool. I wish all the cards lit up like that. Anywho, taking 2 things out in lieu of our shield breaker. I say the Bone Giant can go. And we might want to formation. Let's keep it simple. Just tossing a couple giants for some Embers shield breakers. We're gonna kill his Golos. We don't have it in our hand, but we do have a 1-drop into a Worthy Knight. Let's go slow. Typically not something you'd ever want to do against a Golos deck, but he plays first anyways, so let's just try to kind of like do the slingshot situation where we build value and release it all at once rather than trying to play keep up or catch up. He's ripping though with this Cultivate and a Grazer combo. Like, wow. Thinning his deck as well. No attacks. We're plenty wide. Some unbreakable formations would help. We're in Golos territory. Yeah, we don't have them in our hand. We're looking for a shield breaker now. Negative. No tax. Golos can just go nuts here. So we're in a very bad position in game number 2. We're plenty wide. Oh, land Dream Trawler. Oh, good game. Good game. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Milled his Ugin. That's kind of funny. Three lands. Probably about the worst thing we could have ever expected. Um, it only works if he blocks one of our good creatures. If we just let him attack, we're dead. I need him to block that red cap. For all he knows, though, we have an Embercleave, and we're ready to unleash our cleave on the red cap. So, if I did cleave for 2, I still have... He can go to 4, and then to 5 with the Embercleave. So hitting for 10, he gains 3, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We still wouldn't get there. And he didn't really fall for it. He does very nice blocking. We're going to lose our Fervent Champion and a token. He's down to 14, goes to at least 19 here. So through all that work, we gained 1 damage, right? So this match is over. Let's see what we pull before we concede. Free playing for the second time. Land. Area Ultimatum. Wow. So let's watch it play out. Hashtag Ugin. I like it. Milling Ugin and a Liliana. That's very good, right? Power level is over 9,000. Am I right? Very good.
I've learned much from your death.
This is an incredible deck. Golo's still kicking it. I like it. Cultivate may have made Golos more viable, right? So we can give up from here. Normally I'm not one to concede, but this is like overkill. We have 2 lands in hand. Let's take it to game 3. We know what he's playing, and we'll try to do our best here. All right. We got this. We need a shield breaker in our hand. All his value came from that Golos play. We should be able to get around that, especially playing first. Mulligan. Wow. Are you joking me? This is still a match somehow. Well, on to our last card. You mill a land off the top, bud. Oh, he did. Dirty, dirty dog. Woof. That's the bad guy. Oh, double down. Grab another land off the top. No? Okay, not a single land. That helps us. Worthy Knight is a creature we can play at least. Wow, down to 13. Look at us go. He gains life here. Bummer. And he's already up to 4. Golos hits on 5, and then we can go cry. We need a shield breaker. The contender can help us find it, at least. We're looking for that that shield breaker, so we just need to keep drawing. Okay, I don't really mind that. Sure. I guess Golos still hits the field, still gets one turn. I don't mind that either, just making a 3-3. Whatever.
No longer. I call, and Ikoria answers.
Hmm. Alright, we still get the kill. He wants this creature alive.
I'll survive.
Losing the red cap sucks, sure, but it could be worse. We still have to keep drawing with our contender. Trying to find that shield breaker to kill this Golos if he hits the field. Especially if it hits the field. Sarkon for the dragon.
What know you?
Oh no. Well, this is good. Then we can still cleave. I guess we should have kept these back. My bad. We could Embercleave one of the little guys. Probably should have just left those tokens back. Or chump peeps. It is what it is. I think we still need to Embercleave this worthy knight though. Right, keep him alive. Oh really? I guess it doesn't matter too much. I'd rather, yeah. Down to 3, we have lethal. Sarkon on the field. Contender still digging for that Embereth for us. He may as well. Can't defend with it, so take your damage. Here's Golos. 2 lands still only. Equals a root snare, potentially. Let's keep looking for it. We already have lethal, so Tajic doesn't really need to be there. We just need this shield breaker. Okay, well, we may as well take a haste. Right,
Come on, listen.
I'm sure he has a root snare here, yeah. So we want to keep some defenders back is the thing. He needs to Golos something incredible. Like a Chandra, like a Dream Trawler. Are you kidding me? We were even digging for our castle Ambrose Shieldbreaker or whatever. What a world.
Make some more
That's
room
brutal.
To fight in.
That is brutal.
Come to me.
So he's got plenty of defenders. Oh, what a guy. There goes our shield breaker. Off the top. What a gentleman. The haste actually probably does help us here quite a bit. He can block it all, right? He has the capability, and then sends the dragon over to Tajic. And that's a clean break. He's left with the Chandra on the field, right? So that's not very nice. And a dragon, right? So we're still somehow surviving. He gains life here. Up to 8. Golos is gone, which really helps us. Oh, and Vraska's just -3 on us for straight right up removal. So we're going to need a little bit of haste for this Embercleave to hit.
No pressure.
Haste for 2 as well. Tajic is too expensive. Awesome. What a life to have lived. Straight up Golos walkers.
The ends justify the means.
A little bit troublesome. He's up to 9, right? Gained again life for the sacrifice and draw effect off Vraska.
Hope it's not too
We're taking multiple damage here. Still no haste. Vraska's can -3 on us again to kill herself. He's plenty of defense as well. And he's free casting. Oh, he doesn't get anything. Incredible. He must hate that. Alright, Solemn Simulacrum, that's fine. He's just gonna kill our red cap, yeah. Awesome.
Its loss will serve us.
So we're having a little bit of trouble here today with Boros aggro. If the games don't finish out really quickly and we do pull into this awful mid-range area where things like Golos are just free casting. He did mill our answer to it, which we sideboarded in, and we cannot find, like, you look for one card all day and you just can't find it, eh? Oh, great. He's finishing us the same way with an ultimatum. He's got a Bolos. He's got a Dream Trawler in there. Oh, yeah, it's Vivian, it's Sarkon.
This is my paradise.
Nice. This is an incredible match, and this, my friend, is an incredible deck. Absolutely loving that. Down to 12 cards in his library, and he's hitting us with the big smash with the Super Friends next turn. Oh, no, he finishes it off this turn. Math. Woo! I had to play that deck out. That is a lot of fun. This has been a reoccurring theme with this deck for some reason for us today. I'm assuming this is just my algorithm balancing the anomaly, the 1. Just resetting our equations because we have such good land draw all the time here. So we gotta fix that sometimes with a little bit of bad land draw, right? Anywho, the Contender's undroppable for 3, so let's throw that away. And then just, you know, spam on out. Let's get our red cap out. It does not have haste, so it's cool to get the summoning sickness off of it. Then if he is going to burn it with a stomp, it's one of our less important creatures. No, he wants to light up the stage, he thinks, instead. So Cosmotronic Wave is going to come into play here for us in the sideboard, dealing 1 damage to this guy's creatures. There's his Stomp. We hit for 3. We want to burn his Stomp before our Veteran hits the field. He just tosses it? Let's go Tajic. Good game. I think it was that he didn't cast that that Stomp. But now we know Cosmotronic Wave is a go-to. Mono red also sucks against the Loxodon. Chance for Glory can probably go here. Bonecrusher is very good. The Contender can get trimmed. And then we look at what else we can have. Was Tajic good? The Haste, Mentor, no, it gets Bone Crushed. Creature or Planeswalker that's red or black, scry 1. At sorcery speed, not that great. So I think let's leave it like this. Our opponent is making some massive sideboard changes. Okay, here we go. Looking for a Cosmotronic Wave. Does a lot of damage to his creatures. Makes it so he can't block. Wow, this is what we were kind of talking about earlier. 3 lands, great. Probably toss one of them. We can build to 4 before we die. Fervent Champion's good. Oh, nice. Protection from white. Hopefully we can avoid a Stomp here. The Stomp will ruin our lives. We're trying to build to 4. We can kill these creatures. Annex. That's actually really annoying. How do we kill Annex before we do the wave? Embercleave? No attacks. We can kill the Berserker now with our Fervent Champion. This way he still wants to cleave the Annex, and we get clean kills on the Berserker and the Dodger. Right? He still wants it on Annex, which gets us the kill on these other things. Annex just straight up kills us, though. The satyrs can't block. And there's... If we had 5 land, we could attack with just the champion, cleave the worthy knight to block the annex, but it's just how the cookie crumbles here. So we're way behind in damage output. Right. Maybe let's take these decrees that I'm not thinking is good. And let's drop these Tajics. Because we do need to kill that annex. We have to deal with it somehow. We have no exile, so our options are limited. Hopefully he landlocks. Hopefully we draw the perfect draw hand. He's taking his time sideboarding as well. It's never really a great sign. What is everybody's favorite avatar in Magic the Gathering Arena? I personally, I'm a faithful knight kind of guy. He's ready to slash. I love his armor. It just looks so classy. I think we get, what, 2 minutes to sideboard max? So, slowly counting down here. It's all about Chandra. You're saying this red deck that I'm playing is all about Chandra. Or the, sorry, the avatar. You're all about the Chandra avatar. I got you. Just forget the exact question I asked right before. For those of you unfamiliar, I am engaging with Twitch chat while I record this YouTube content, so stop by, say hello. We're playing first. Missing a plains. We have 1-drop, 2-drop. We've been so burned by lands. I think we're just going to leave it. And we'll ignore the white for now. Pretend we're playing mono red. We go first as well. Some people are saying Kaya is their favorite avatar. The grounds is very good right here. We may push our giants if there's no removal. If there is removal, we go veteran. Hit for 2. He needs to now remove our veteran, and hopefully we can just put him in a state where he drains his whole hand trying to keep up. He might just want to kill the Worthy Knight instead. Who knows, right? It's a tough call, that one. That's why I played it first before the attack phase, so he had to make the choice for me. Because sometimes I don't like to make that choice. He says, kill the Inspiring Veteran. That's of higher value. Hopefully he land locks on 2. Do not drop a 3rd land. Don't you dare. Tristani may have 3 bodies, but she does not have 3 land by the looks of it. Another removal spell. Okay, okay. You've made that abundantly clear. We can punch up by 2 and then hold our Bonecrusher Giants up. Yeah, this is what I mean. Perfect opportunity to be holding up this Bonecrusher Giant. Just snagging this kin out of the way. Bonecrusher Giant in play. Worthy Knight in play. 1, 2, 3, 4. We only need 2 to cleave, so let's try to trade with this Dodger. I don't mind the trade. Annex isn't on the play yet, so it's just a straight up value trade. I do not mind. Again, our Cosmotronic Wave could have killed it as well, but let's just snag it while we can. Keeps him from getting a light up the stage. Something like this. Basically forces him into this Bonecrusher Giant, in which we will Embercleave our own. Or the Venerable Knight even, depends on who he blocks. If we can equip it to the Venerable Knight, we... Okay, never mind. And the Bonecrusher Giant doesn't take combat damage here because the equip is from an artifact or equipment spell. Not a spell that targets it. It's already on the field and then is equipped to it rather than being targeted directly to it like an aura would be. A Lava Coil gets hit for 2, and then Dragon fires us away. We need a little bit of haste off the top here, boys. Fervent Champion would be perfect. Okay, even that's not bad. We have the wave, so any defenders are getting blasted. This is close though. Annex in play. Into a Dodger. That's game. Perfect sideboard with Cosmotronic Wave for the win. Woof. Boros Knights by Lone Cowboy hit 37th place in Mythic this season. This is a beast of a deck. Big shout out to Lone Cowboy for crushing the Knights. They've been powerful since Eldraine, and they are still here, still doing work. We see Loxodon comboed in with it, which is a unique take on it. I really like it. If you don't have some of the rares, reach out in the Discord and we can kind of build this deck around you guys. Obviously, you can sub out stuff like the Loxodon that's not entirely important. Maybe things like the Tajic or the Chance for Glory. I do like the Bonecrusher Giant to stay in there. But yeah, this deck is filled with rares, so if you don't have them all, use what you can and fill around it. Just try to remember to balance your creatures and your removal accordingly, and try not to touch the land too much. But yeah, so there's lots of other knights that you can easily sub into this deck if you don't have, say, 4 copies of the Worthy Knight, etc. That's it for today, you guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. We're here tomorrow with a mono-white Basri Brawl deck. So kind of trying to dip our toes a little bit more into Brawl as we progress throughout the set. And then we're going to be rolling out some rotation-proof shells for you guys to start building towards to get ready for the season of renewal, where all of the old sets, we lose the last 4 sets within Standard, and then we start with just 4, and then we go to 5 and build back up to 8 again. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So again, you've got the rotation-proof shells to look forward to, a mono-white Basri Brawl deck. Build around the cards you have. Reach out in the Discord if you really need some help. It should be pretty straightforward, though. Thanks for watching, you guys. I appreciate your continued time and support. You're all incredible human beings. I love you. We're back tomorrow. Go take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, peace.